Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. TGIF to all of you guys out there. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. In this story, we've got Bachelorette contestant from JoJo season, James McCoy Taylor, pretty much telling an Instagram rant about how he was hanging out at Mar-A-Lago, and he said the Secret Service didn't bother me, so clearly there's no nuclear codes to worry about. Oh my gosh, this is a weird Friday video. We're going to get into it. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'm also on Patreon. If you want to check out behind-the-scenes bonus content and some of my stand-up comedy videos, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. Now, we've talked about him in the past. Actually, about a year ago, he threatened to sue some media companies. We haven't heard anything of that, but a lot of threats of lawsuits happen. My dad's gonna sue your dad type of vibe. Here's what he posted here. This isn't breaking news by any means, but it's kind of interesting and the only personal insight I have into Mar-A-Lago. A few years back, while Trump was the sitting president of the United States of America, Turning Point USA was kind enough to invite me and Josh Murray and a few others to Mar-A-Lago. Okay, Josh Murray, all right, we know him. It was absolutely beautiful, as you would expect, but more than that, the Trumps were so kind, funny, and hospitable to me and every person there that I talked to. I mean, I wasn't even involved remotely in the political world at the time, just a dude who got dumped on national television and, as the haters would say, pretty irrelevant. Well, they made me feel relevant, and as everyone should feel, because we all matter. We're all just people, no more and no less. And I snooped around pretty dang freely, and Secret Service wasn't too worried about which room I went in, what I looked at, and I certainly didn't get the sense that there were any rooms I wasn't allowed in containing nuclear info. LOL. On the contrary, very laid back, super normal, and I hope people would have let the media convince them that DJT Donald J. Trump is some crazy supervillain will open their eyes and see him for what he is. A great dad, a normal and funny man who doesn't care for this elite ruling establishment and appreciates hard work, a good game of golf, and freaking loves America and wants to give her back to the people. That's what I saw. Take it or leave it. Y'all have a great week, and as always, America first. Oh, and I'm absolutely hashtagging the Bachelorette because they hate me. And that woke show that canceled me and Chris Harrison is on tonight, and not much is better than getting their lib panties in a wad. Love y'all. All right. Well, and first of all, I don't know if he was canceled so much as just, irrelevant to any future Bachelor doings. I mean, there's dozens of people on the show every year that, only there are one and dones, if you will. But okay, so this is interesting because he says he went to Mar-A-Lago a few years back. Now, anyone who understands what's going on at Mar-A-Lago knows that it was in the final days of Trump's presidency that he took these classified documents to Mar-A-Lago. And of course, some of them include documents that we're finding out are information on the president of France, other information of different diplomats, information about the Russia hoax, different pieces of information that he might use in the future as leverage for whatever negotiations he might have going on. That's what the raid's all about. Now people say, "Oh, why did they raid Mar-A-Lago? It's the first they've ever raided a former president." Well, they asked for the documents back months ago. They got some. They had an insider that said, "Hey, but wait, there's more," and they went back and they found it. I mean, I don't know what else they could have done. Of course, the head of the DOJ, nominated by Trump. All these people that exist, some of them were Trump's people, Of course, the insider, informant, probably another one of Trump's people. So it's a very interesting story. Newly unsealed documents from the FBI raid on Mar-A-Lago put Trump in even worse legal peril, experts say. So, of course, let's jump ahead. What is Trump doing after all of this? He's using the raid to fire up and rile up supporters, raising up to $1 million in donations that day. Any information that's being used or anything in the news that's being used against him, he's campaigning and saying, "Hey, help me with my legal funds. Come on." And of course, the people that are sitting in jail right now after January 6th, he is not helping them. I mean, it's a grift, folks. And it's a grift the same way that now I can't tell you if James McCoy Taylor is grifting when it comes to his musical career, but he's kind of doing the same thing. He's just doubled down. Look at his hat. It says Ultra MAGA. Here's his song. Try and take our guns, took prey out of school. Back one day, they'll probably come for that too. Fear, fear, fear. Be afraid, they're going to take it away. Fear, fear, fear. God bless the USA. Fear, 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 fear. China, wokeness, Hillary's emails, the whole, okay, but what about the laptop, that type of thing. So he releases a new song, no choice but to release Great Again, Make America Great Again, this Friday after the recent unprecedented tomfoolery from the Biden regime in the Department of Justice. Of course, the president's department said they had no idea the raid was happening. It's happening. Department of Justice acts independently from the executive branch. Rudy, of course, Trump's personal lawyer, suspended from practicing law in New York last year, now under investigation in Georgia. Man, it's wild how all these things are just coming out because everybody just hates Donald Trump. Just wild how it's all happening. Now, a year ago, we were way up on this story. Here's my conversation with Abigail Thomason, friend of the show, with regards to James McCoy Taylor. When I talk about grifting, this is what I'm talking about. Basically says, see you guys in Washington, D.C., like on January 6th. And then when shit went sideways, goes, no. I never said I was there, and I'm going to sue the media companies that assumed I was there. Of course, he never sued them. Here, have a watch. Setting the record straight, I was not at the Capitol insurrection despite Us Weekly, Daily Mail UK, and other media claiming I confirmed I was. Never said or implied I went. I planned to support our president at the rally, but chose to meet up with friends on a ski trip instead. Not only was I not there, but I absolutely and totally condemn storming our Capitol. So why, if he had planned to go to the speech that was happening, this rally on January 6th, what made him just conveniently decide to go, skiing in Vail instead? What great revisionary history. So when you talk about grifting, it's this. Someone who talks the talk, gets you all wound up, and then goes skiing instead. This video didn't get enough views because like I said, I don't think anybody cares about James McCoy Taylor really within the Bachelor world, but it's just a clear example of somebody talking the talk and then crying as he runs away when there's consequences. On this very platform, I posted that if Biden won, I would pray for him and accept him as my president. To those who misunderstood, twisted my tweet to the Bachelor franchise. The tweet is obviously sarcastic. There are no conservative producers on The Bachelor. And of course, this tweet he's referencing says, big thanks to the Bachelor family for supporting me during this time from top to bottom. Conservative producers are the best. Big thanks ABC Network, ABC, Bachelor ABC for having my back while I legally supported my president. So, tweet number 4, I also say legally because I'm actually drawing a clear distinction between myself, my actions, and the actions of those who illegally supported him on that sad day, January 6th. Sorry, it was January 6th. How in the world do you guys lazily or maliciously assumed and printed I was there is beyond me. And he said, you made me lose followers, lose fans of my music, my livelihood. I received thousands of hate messages, threats, and I'm now publicly asking you to take down these disgustingly inaccurate articles and issue an apology. I will also be suing for defamation. I have hired Erica the Rose Esquire with Rose Sanders Law Firm to represent me. I needed someone who knows what it's like to be trampled by the media. Erica Rose is that person. We will not let you publish factually incorrect, damaging statements thanks to those who stood by me. So I guess the question we have for you, Abby, is the media responsible for assuming he didn't end up attending an event he said he was going to?
Right. So there's a lot of facets to the situation, and I'll walk you through my take on this. I'll just preface this with, of course, this is not official legal advice, just my opinion based off of the facts.
Witness of fake news and cancel culture. These journalists did zero research, got it completely wrong, and defamed me in the process. Proud to have Erica the Rose and the Rose Sanders Law Firm representing me. They're going to help me save my reputation and prove I'm not a traitor insurrectionist. And Ben Higgins, shame on you, dude. You could have sent me a simple text and just asked, just like, hey, bro, were you there? Like to my face, not behind my back. Props to Lauren for choosing I am Chris Lane over such a soft backstabber. And of course... Jeez, how wild is that? You just can't... It's like you can't... I like to say this. If you have like a point you need to make, try to take personal beef out of it because that'll take away from your point. So he's like, oh yeah, and also, way to not talk to me, and props to Lauren for choosing the other guy over you. What? this is completely unhinged. So, of course, he's going to have supporters, but
trying to take our guns.
There's trying to take our guns. First of all, there's no concerted effort to amend the Second Amendment, to repeal the Second Amendment. Every time there's a mass shooting, we go, oh, we need to have conversations about better legislation so that not everybody can get a gun. So you got to register, training, things like when you get your driver's license, you have to go to a permit, training, this and that, get approved by somebody, check in every couple of years, that type of deal. But every time there's a school shooting, what happens? The NRA receives millions of dollars, gun sales go up because they're selling the idea of fear. And the same thing, it just goes on nonstop with people that are grifting. They're selling this idea of fear. Like the world's going to end unless we choose so-and-so. It's just, I don't know. It's hogwash. It's rubbish. So there he is. He's got his new great again, music video. I don't know, whatever. Some of the comments, I'm having a hard time seeing how they let me roam around freely and Secret Service didn't care. Helps their case right now. And then you get a lot of people, love it, great post. I don't know. But like I said, if he went there 2 years ago, the whole point's moot because that's not what the argument is. The argument is that there's classified documents taken after the presidency that do not belong in a civilian's hands. All right, you are free to share your opinions. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm probably not going to read them in this video. All right, have a good weekend, Oh, shoot, one more thing. How could we forget? Oh, my gosh. We are trying our best, our darndest to support the teachers of this world. And out of the great state of California, we have Heather. Miss Heather has a special education classroom, and we are trying our darndest to raise some funds for her. If you go to this Amazon wish list, which, by the way, some school districts don't allow teachers to have an Amazon wish list. But if you go to this wish list, a wistful wish list, you can purchase any or all of the different things you see. Hey, glitter foam stickers, just things that make a boring, dull, prison-like classroom a little more hospitable to the youth. Oh, a truck set. Every classroom should have some sort of Legos, building blocks, things like that. A sidewalk, chalk, xylophone, all these things are great. If you feel inspired, any of these items, you just click on add to cart and it'll send them right to Miss Heather's special education preschool classroom. She is our teacher of the day. We're doing that until we run out of teachers, and we've got about 10 more to get through. So keep donating. We appreciate you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.